So I'm going to start right there. The torrid run we've seen in Bitcoin, is this all just anticipation about what a Trump administration is going to mean for it?
The red wave is probably the biggest thing that's happened in the past 4 years for Bitcoin. It's incredibly auspicious for Bitcoin and for the entire crypto industry. But we're also getting a lot of very constructive support from Wall Street. BlackRock has been a very, very strong voice articulating the Bitcoin value proposition. And of course, MicroStrategy on October 30th announced that we were going to raise $42 billion to buy Bitcoin. And that's the same as saying we're going to buy every Bitcoin mine for the next 3 years at $85,000 or more a Bitcoin. So there's a lot of bullish things going on in the market right now.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy CEO, discussed the crypto rally on the next SEC chair and crypto outlook.
And I do want to get to that audacious $42 billion fundraising plan of yours. But first, there's a lot of regulation and regulatory aspects that are in focus with the Trump administration coming into play. SEC chairman, for example, a lot of expectations that Gary Gensler is going to step aside. And I realize Bitcoin itself is governed as a commodity, unlike other cryptocurrencies. But when you're talking about the ETFs and when you're talking about the cryptocurrency exchanges and when you're talking about companies like yours, MicroStrategy, which is publicly traded, it is SEC. So how important is that appointment going to be? And who would you like to see at the helm?
Well, I think whoever chairs the SEC has probably the most pivotal role in the entire digital assets industry. I think this is incredibly bullish for digital assets. It's very good for the crypto industry. We're going to see a lot more pro-Bitcoin policies. We're going to see a digital assets framework. We're going to see an end to the war on crypto. We're going to see a lot of pro-business policies. And I think that clearly the SEC will be a big part of it. So it's above my pay grade to have an opinion on who it's going to be. But I think it's pretty clear the House, the Senate, the White House, they're all very pro-crypto. So I expect that we'll have a very supportive head of the SEC.
Michael, well as you've done buying Bitcoin, I'm not sure anything is really above your pay grade at this point, which leads you to the question, what do you think is the biggest threat to Bitcoin's price staying above 60K? What potentially causes another dive below 30K?
I don't think it's going to 60K. It's not going to 30K. I think it's going to go up from here. I'm planning the 100K party. And I'm thinking it's probably going to be New Year's Eve at my house. So I would be surprised if we don't go through 100K in November or December.
MicroStrategy founder and Bitcoin bull Michael Saylor has ruled out the chances of Bitcoin retracing to $60,000, a crucial price level for the majority of 2024. I don't think it is going to $60,000. It is not going to $30,000. I think it is going to go up from here, Saylor told CNBC on November 14. Bitcoin is trading around $87,790, according to CoinMarketCap. He said Donald Trump's win very decidedly settled the future of crypto and Bitcoin in the United States, adding, "I don't really see any threats on the near-term horizon." "I'm planning the $100,000 party," Saylor said. "I'm thinking it's probably going to be New Year's Eve at my house, so I would be surprised if we don't go through $100,000 in November or December." Echoing Saylor, Keith Allen, co-founder of Trading Resource Material Indicators, says it is possible for Bitcoin to reach $100,000 as soon as November 28, or by Thanksgiving in the U.S. Still, CryptoQuant CEO Kai-Young Ju warned on November 9 that Bitcoin might end the year under $59,000, citing an overheated futures market as one of the primary reasons for his predicted end-of-year tumble. Several traders said that while volatility may continue, they are confident Bitcoin is heading upward. Expect high volatility, more liquidations, but overall, the price trend will be to the upside, making new highs. Pseudonymous crypto trader Ash Crypto told their 1.2 million X-followers in a November 14 post. On the same day, financial analyst Rajat Soni said that he doesn't care about the price when he buys Bitcoin, as every buy will appreciate in purchasing power. Saylor also chimed in on speculation that Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler would resign as Trump takes office next year, saying that whoever takes the job has the most pivotal role in the crypto industry. I think this is incredibly bullish for digital assets. It is very good for the crypto industry. We're going to see a lot more pro-Bitcoin policies. We're going to see a digital assets framework. We're going to see an end to the war on crypto, he said. Meanwhile, at the Cantor Crypto, Digital Assets and AI Infrastructure Conference on November 13, Saylor declared that the U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Bill, a law that, if passed, would set a goal for the U.S. government to accumulate 1 million Bitcoin, about 5% of Bitcoin's total supply over 5 years, is the greatest deal of the 21st century. If we don't pass that bill, and all we do is hold the existing Bitcoin on the balance sheet, it is worth $3 trillion to the people, he said. Saylor added if the bill passes as currently drafted, it is a $16 trillion benefit to the United States over 21 years. If they decide to go double max and double it, it is a $30 trillion benefit, he said. Still, Galaxy Digital founder Mike Novogratz said there is a low probability that President-elect Trump will make good on his promise to establish a Bitcoin strategic reserve during his term.
So then what's the biggest threat to it going lower, even if it doesn't get that low?
I think the biggest uncertainty in the industry was November 5th. And would you have a blue wave? Would you have a red wave? Or would you have a split Congress? And would you have any dispute about the future of crypto assets and Bitcoin? I think that was settled by the people very decidedly on November 5th. And I don't really see any threats in the near-term horizon.
A strategic Bitcoin reserve, how likely is it that that is actually established? And why would that be a good thing when you're talking about a decentralized asset now being stockpiled by a centralized government?
Well, that's being sponsored by Senator Lummis from Wyoming, and she understands the value of the frontier. The United States was built by purchasing Manhattan. Then we purchased the Louisiana Territory. Then we purchased California and acquired Texas, and then we bought Alaska. The next great frontier is cyberspace, and the obvious thing to do is to own cyberspace, buy the future. And so I think it's a great idea. I think it will happen, and I think it's important to the United States because it cements the United States' control over the future world reserve capital network. Senator Lummis's bill will offset $16 trillion of our debt, according to my models right now. So I think it's economically wise, it's technically wise, and again, Bitcoin is manifest destiny for the United States.
Bitcoin's record-breaking rise since the United States elections is expected to continue, and investment manager and fund issuer VanEck is targeting a price of $180,000 for sometime next year. It is just getting started. VanEck's head of digital assets research, Matthew Seigel, told CNBC's Squawk Box on November 14. We're now in blue sky territory, no technical resistance, and we think we are likely to make repeated all-time highs over the next 2 quarters, he added. Bitcoin has risen about 30% since November 5, leading a wider crypto rally after the pro-crypto Donald Trump was elected president. It's continued to reach new highs, with its current peak set on November 13, hitting almost $93,490 per trading view. Bitcoin's rally has slightly cooled as of November 15, with it trading around $88,100. Segal said the number of calls he's getting from investment advisors who either have no Bitcoin exposure or want to increase it is starting to accelerate, and we think the flows are going to follow. Segal said VanEck expected a post-election pump, and it's currently following the same pattern as after the 2020 elections, when it doubled in the months between voting date and year-end. Our target is $180,000. We think we could reach that next year, he added. That would be a 1,000% return from the bottom to the peak of this cycle. That is still the smallest Bitcoin cycle by far. He said a number of indicators that VanEck tracks are still flashing green for this rally to continue. Google search volumes for Bitcoin and the Coinbase app ranking in the Apple and Google app stores are both still nowhere near where they were 4 years ago, Seigel added. Google Trends data shows searches for Bitcoin at a peak in May 2021, but search interest has nearly tripled since around the start of November. Coinbase is the top-ranking finance app in the U.S. Apple App Store and is in 16th place overall, while Google Play ranks at 5th for its finance apps and 66th overall per app figures. If you have been watching so far, thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller for daily news all for free. That's all for today's video. Until next time, and do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.